So I'll be using T15 Torx on a screwdriver, and got these those two screws to take out this plastic trim, and then we're also going to need to get this headlight selector off too. And with that, there's a small piece in here you want to push down. You want to use something strong enough that it's not going to bend. Don't use a paper clip. I'm going to use these scissors. Something skinnier is probably better, so I wouldn't recommend scissors, but you're going to take these two off and then pull out that. One reason why not to use scissors, especially if they're sharp, put a cut in my thumb. But anyways, I turned it till this opening was lined up over here, and what you want to do, you can kind of see down in here. Well, you want to push down and pull out with it. So if it's on straight, you want to pull that way. Just want to pull up on the top, not the bottom. That'll kind of guide it out. There's two clips on the bottom, so you don't want to break, but they come out. Okay, that's two clips undone. Just kind of wiggle it out. Put that off to the side. Now we'll be taking off these black Torx. There should be 4 of them right here. The gold looking ones will be taken off after for the plastic plate, face plate. Now while taking these out, I made sure to hold them with my fingers while I was unscrewing them, because if I were to drop them down here, I'm not exactly sure where they come out. You want to push in the top, and it's easier to get out like that. There's 2 wire harnesses connected to the back, and also plastic, so like kind of circuit board, so you want to be careful with the back of this. Not to mention it's 20-something years old. Now there's 2 of these connections. Pretty simple once you get it. Just push it in the top. There's a little push pin, and then you could slide it out. Don't worry about the 2 on the sides. So I got out of the hot car and brought the cluster inside. This is the back where those plugs attach in, and you can see this one's a little chewed up. I want to be careful with that, but you can see why it's important to be careful getting those plugs out. And I may actually want to move that. It looks like these 2 look like they're touching, and I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be touching. So you got all those off, and this really just comes right off real easy. And one thing to point out, these are very easily to break. I actually broke this one and super glued it back together somehow. And same with these faces. You mess that up, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So be careful. Starting off, you want to get the 2 sides and then the middle one, because there's little hinges or brackets where they rest on so it comes off in an order. You want to take the two sides and then the middle. And while we're here, you can see there is one Torx. That's it, just the one on the bottom there. So I slowly pried off both sides, and you can see now what is under here and what actually holds it in. There's these prongs, electrical prongs that actually feed in to these connections. So that's what you're pulling out. It's no plastic clips, thank goodness, but you still want to be real careful. This middle part, I noticed that using the knife is a little too pointy on the pressure. It's too applied on the tip of the knife, so I'm going to use my hands on either side and lift up, kind of pushing down with my knuckles and pulling up with the fingers. Alright, so that's broken free. You want to be sure not to peel off the black plastic cover, and you want to take off this whole assembly. Now, to point out, the reason why I pulled this off in the first place is because my odometer stopped working, and there's many other videos out there to explain everything, but I'll just point out that it was these gears, these two white ones, that deteriorated, mainly that larger white gear. So it's pretty simple. Just pry off those two clips on either side, you twist it out, and just pull out the plastic. It's pretty simple. So they come in a little electronics bag like that, and there's one of the LEDs. The main thing I was looking at is the width of the connector, and they look about the same. However, it is a slight bit longer, so I'm going to see if it works. I've got all 5 in, and I'm just going to make sure they're in there pretty secure, not loose or anything, no loose connections or shorts. And I'll start putting it back together. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do for a quick check. Seeing how this light comes on, I know it comes on. And it's a halogen. It's a bit longer than the LEDs, but I'm going to see if the plug size or plug width is the same. So it looks like it might fit. I'll try it out here. Make sure that doesn't fall. I think it's gonna work. Hey. Yep.